Attention passionate Chicago Bears fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Chicago Bears' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Chicago Bears fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Chicago Bears fans. Let's get to the news. Now, folks, the NFL season is in full swing, and if there's one thing that's been catching everyone's attention lately, it's the Chicago Bears and their ongoing quest to find their identity in this new era. After a summer full of high expectations, many fans thought the Bears would come out roaring, especially with the new quarterback Caleb Williams leading the charge. But as we saw in their season opener against the Minnesota Vikings, things haven't gone exactly as planned. And that's what makes this story so intriguing, because it's not just about one game, or one bad performance, it's about the path forward, the moves that could reshape the division, and the Bears' chances of finally making a real leap in 2025. Right from kickoff, the Bears started the game with a lot of energy. Caleb Williams looked sharp early on, connecting on some good throws, and the offense seemed to have some momentum. But as the game progressed, things started to slow down considerably. And that slowdown was more than just a hiccup, it revealed some deeper issues that might need immediate attention if the Bears are serious about competing this season. Their offense, which many fans had hoped would explode out of the gate, became predictable and stagnant. The Vikings adjusted, and the Bears just couldn't respond. The biggest problem? The offensive line struggled to give Williams enough protection, so he was under pressure a lot, which led to some uncomfortable throws and missed opportunities. But even more concerning was the running game, or, more accurately, the lack of an effective running game. DeAndre Swift, who was expected to be a key piece, just couldn't find his rhythm. Last year, Swift showed flashes of brilliance, but in this first game, he was largely inefficient. He had a few big catches, some explosive plays that show what he can do when he's on, but his rushing attempts mostly went for just 2 or 3 yards. That's not enough to keep defenses honest, and it's not what the Bears need to sustain drives. And with Swift's performance, it's clear that the Bears need to address the running back position quickly. The current situation isn't sustainable. Last season, Swift ended with 3.8 yards per carry on 252 attempts, which isn't terrible, but many fans and analysts felt that the team needed a more consistent presence at running back to really push the offense to the next level. The problem is, the market for running backs is pretty much dried up at this point in the season. Most of the big names are already moved or are too expensive to acquire. That's why the Bears might have to look for a cheaper, more pragmatic solution, someone who can come in and provide some punch, some versatility. And that's where the idea of trading for Kendre Miller from the New Orleans Saints comes into play. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking, who is Kendre Miller, after all? Well, he was drafted in 2023, the 71st overall pick in the 3rd round, which gives him a lot of potential. He was a strong prospect coming out of TCU, where he ran for nearly 400 yards with a 6.2 yards per carry average and scored 17 touchdowns. So, the talent is there, even if he hasn't yet fully proven himself in the NFL. In his first game this season, Miller had 5 carries for 24 yards, averaging nearly 5 yards per carry, which is promising, especially considering the small sample size. The Saints, of course, might be open to trading him for a mid-round pick, probably around a 6th rounder, which makes sense given he's still trying to establish himself. The Saints could see it as an opportunity to get a slightly earlier pick to help with their rebuild, maybe to target another young player or additional draft assets. For the Bears, it's a low-risk, potentially high-reward move. They're in a position where they need bodies at running back, and Miller could come in and add some much-needed juice to their rushing attack. Right now, the Bears are relying heavily on Caleb Williams to carry the entire offense, and while that's a lot to ask of a rookie, it's also a recipe for inconsistency. Williams, no doubt, has the talent and the arm to be a franchise quarterback, but he's still learning, still adjusting to the speed and complexity of the NFL game. If the Bears want to maximize his potential, they need to give him some help, someone who can take some pressure off him and keep defenses honest. Swift is a good player, but he hasn't been the consistent, explosive force the team needs right now. Adding Kendre Miller could give the Bears a real boost in that department. He's a young back with a lot of untapped potential, and because he's not yet a household name, acquiring him wouldn't cost a fortune. The idea isn't to replace Swift entirely but to complement him, creating a committee that could keep defenses guessing and keep the Bears' offense more balanced. It's about making smart, strategic moves, something Bears fans have been waiting for years. And honestly, this move could be a game changer. It's not just about fixing one position, it's about building a roster that can sustain success over the long haul. The Bears front office has shown that they're willing to be aggressive when needed, and given the current state of the team, trading for a promising young back like Kendre Miller makes a lot of sense. It's a low-cost gamble that could pay huge dividends if Miller can develop and contribute early. Plus, given the current state of the NFC North, where teams like the Lions and Vikings are looking formidable, every addition that can improve the Bears' chances is valuable. Now, I want to emphasize again that this is just a trade prediction, not a report. But it's based on the current market realities and the needs of the Bears. They need to act quickly, especially with Week 2 right around the corner. The window for making impactful moves is closing fast, and if they want to turn this season into a success story, they might have to look at options like this. And let's not forget, while this is a relatively small move in the grand scheme of NFL trades, it's the kind of smart, calculated decision that could set the tone for the rest of the season. If Miller comes in and makes even a modest impact, it could open up more possibilities for the offense, giving Caleb Williams more time, more options, and more confidence. The Bears are on the cusp of something big, but they need to act quickly and decisively. Remember, it's all about building for the future while trying to win now. The NFC North is more competitive than ever, especially with teams like the Lions who look like real contenders. So, the Bears need to shore up their weaknesses, and adding a young, talented running back like Kendre Miller could be exactly the move they need. It's about making strategic decisions, about being bold when it counts, and about giving their young quarterback the best chance to succeed. And as we look ahead, the big question remains, can Caleb Williams unlock his full potential with the right pieces around him? Can the Bears complement their star rookie quarterback with smart moves like this and turn their season around? That's what we're all waiting to see. The season is still young, and the NFC North is up for grabs. The Bears have the talent, the young core, and now, perhaps, the opportunity to make a move that could define their 2025 campaign. And now, Chicago Bears fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Do you think trading for Kendre Miller is the right move? Do you believe it can help turn this season around? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Chicago Bears. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Chicago Bears news. This is a team that's still evolving, still fighting, and still dreaming of that elusive Super Bowl run. Thanks for sticking with us, and as always, bear down.